This is just a short review on Berzerker's Dissimulate. I got this album back in 2003. It was released in 2002. It was a black metal fan who actually told me about these guys. I heard about them, that I knew they were from Australia, and I was taking when I first had a look at it, I noticed that they were released from the Earache label, which I was always familiar with them when I was a teenager, because I used to listen to a lot of death metal bands back when I was a teenager. Bands like Napalm Death, Carcass, Morbid Angel, Entombed, just to name a few actually. And Earache was some really good bands from there. And this was probably the first Australian band I thought being signed with them. And when I first looked at the sleeve, I saw the masks, and well, I thought, I was never into masked bands. I was never into Slipknot, nor was I ever into Gwar. I wasn't into any of that. I wasn't ever into Mushroom Head, nothing like that. But my first impression, though, when I saw the masks, I thought they were pretty cool. Kind of remind me of like H.R. Geiger meets Clive Barker in a way, or Todd McFarlane, if you think. But pretty neat. Kind of reminds me like something out of Roger Corman anyway. Yeah, pretty cool though. But when I first listened to it, it took me by surprise at how it was a combination of industrial death metal, and I couldn't believe how heavy it was. It was, and very fast as well. Some of the tracks I can name, such as one of my favourites is like The Principles and Practices of Embalming. Kind of, it just sticks out for me. I also like Compromise. That's Last Mistake. Painless is a good one. I also liked the cover of Carcass. This is Corporal Jigsaw Quandary, which is on their album there, Necroticism Discounting the Insalubrious. But I was pretty hooked on it for quite a while. I never thought the limits of heaviness could be crossed over again. I remember like when Slayer, back in 1986, so I was only a bairn. I didn't discover Slayer till I was about 12. I didn't discover metal till I was a few years later, but I was about 7 years old, I think, when Slayer released Rain in Blood. And so I wouldn't have, but if I heard it back then, I would have been terrified of it. But yeah, Slayer though did break the ice back then to show that you can make good music out of ultra heaviness. And about several years later, there was like Suffocation brought their Effigy of the Forgotten debut album in 1990, but yeah, I think that's when I think Dissimulate though is probably the heaviest album I've ever really heard in my life to this day. I don't think nowadays metal it's no longer a competition of heaviness. You got so many bands, thousands really, all over the world, just bringing out their own style or whatever. But yeah, anyway, I think this is my first ever album review, and thanks for watching.